Hi everyone, welcome to your June Alchemy Scope. I'm filming this on the Taurus new moon on May 17th. Here in the US, the new moon happens in a few hours, and it's happening on the 18th in Europe. It feels really good to film these on the new moon because this is the start of our new cycle. This is why I do these scopes. So it's the new moon, new month. And it's just richly imbued with the energies of the cycle itself. So I'm doing the card spreads today, and I'm doing this introduction today as well. So a couple quick logistical things before we get going. One is I want to sincerely thank those of you who have provided feedback and comments and emailed me personally, and new clients that have come forward. And I also want to really thank those of you who have donated. It's so appreciated, and it's so needed too. So I just really send you deep gratitude for that. It does not go unnoticed. It is so wonderful and so deeply appreciated. So thank you for those of you who have donated. These are time intensive to actually produce, so but I'm so thrilled to do it. So I love creating these, and I love having the support to actually continue doing them, which is great. And I want to send a special thank you out to Eileen Wilkinson, who sent me the most amazing little angel in the mail, and it came at the most opportune time. So thank you, Eileen. You and I are in contact, as you know. So the other announcement I have is that I have started a Patreon campaign, and this is an ongoing campaign. I'm really excited about this, actually, because what it's doing is, for those who are interested in contributing on a monthly basis, whether it be $2 a month, $11 a month, $22 a month, or $55 a month, there are different benefits that you get, different additional treats, I suppose, different educational tools, additional pieces, additional videos that you'll get depending on which level you wish to support me at. And at the $55 a month level, for those interested on having kind of a continual touch base, I'm offering, in addition to the other list of goodies that you'll get, is a free 30-minute Skype session with me every month. And for those, of course, we can tune into your current astrological transits that are at play. We can talk about your solar return. We can talk about your soul print. We can talk, if you've had the archetypal profile done, we can dive into your archetypes deeper. We can also, if you've not had it done, we can actually start to identify your archetypes, and we can go there. So, and that would be every month, a free 30-minute Skype session with me, in addition to these other benefits. So I'm going to add a link either up here on the video or down below, or both. So if you'd like to learn more, please tune in and share. I'm excited because I think this could lead to deeper investigations, a deeper portal of investigation between me and the viewers. And there's going to be like Q&A, and there's going to be some other pieces. There's also going to be a mid-month Alchemy Scope coming up for those who are patrons at a certain monetary amount. So you can read the details below. And one more thing before we get started. Many people, as you probably know, because you've likely asked this yourself, a lot of people ask about which sign is optimal for me to watch: sun, ascendant, moon. And I will tell you that it's very clear to me, for those of you who are serious about your soul's growth, serious about your spiritual evolution, who have been working on it for a while, you will find that your ascendant sign, as it is for your astrological scopes, because when you tune into your astrological scopes throughout YouTube and beyond, you want to tune into the house that's affected by the planetary relationships that are at play. But in addition, the alchemy scopes are like that too, in that when you tune into your ascendant sign, your ascendant is your perspective on life. It's the horizon line, so it's your viewpoint of life. It's your perspective. And we are moving through this incredible time of deep personal shifts, deep collective shifts. Our perspectives are shifting radically. So it is the ascendant sign that is going to guide you most accurately for the month. Now, if you're somebody who is new to the soul evolutionary journey, who is really new to it and hasn't been doing a lot of work on themselves, you probably will resonate most with your sun sign. So you want to still tap into your sun sign. I mean, I still review my sun sign, but I have to tell you that in the last couple of years, I've resonated less and less and less with my sun sign and much more with my ascendant sign. Now, the other key is your north node. So if you do not know where your north node is located, what sign your north node is located in, find out. And in my online library, you can find out which sign your north node is in. There's a birth chart at the bottom of the online library where you access the dakinis, the meanings of the dakinis. So at the bottom of that page, there's a birth chart calculator. You want to tune into your north node because the north node is your soul's evolutionary journey. So more and more and more, just like your ascendant and your perspective that's evolving and maturing and growing and transmutating, so is your soul through the north node sign, see? So ascendant and north node, I would say, are your key scopes to look at. You still want to tune into your sun sign to see what the flavor is there. I have found for me that the sun sign is almost more of a sub-story that's playing out, and you might find the same thing. So it just depends. It depends on your beautiful, brilliant, unique constellation of self that is your natal chart and where the weight of impact is in that chart. So it's going to be different for everyone. You need to tune into that a little bit. And if you'd like a session with me, we can talk about that as well. But your ascendant and your north node, you really do want to tune into those, especially if you're serious about your evolution, about your growth, about your clarity, about your maturity. So that's all the announcements I had. I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. So let's talk about the Sabian symbol, the symbology that's imbued with this beautiful Taurus new moon that's happening in a couple of hours. It is happening at 26 degrees 55 minutes. And the Sabian symbol is an old Indian woman selling the artifacts of her tribe to passersby. There are many beautiful aspects to this symbol. One, it's a woman, the feminine. Next, it's an old woman, wise woman, mature woman. Next, it's an Indian woman, indigenous knowing, indigenous wisdom, whole knowing, connection to nature. Then it is this wise, mature, indigenous woman selling these artifacts, these creative formed elements from this indigenous tribe of wise, connected to nature information that is now being disseminated to passersby. There's something quite beautiful about that. So I'll let that sit with you a little bit, let it marinate with you a little bit. And so let's move on to the individual scopes. That symbology, as you know, talks about the macro cycle on the collective scale, because all of us are sharing that particular symbology that's imbued with this new moon. So that's on the macro cycle. So let's look at the different levels through this 6-point alchemy scope, what is likely to be unfolding for you this month. Hi Sagittarius. So let's take a look at the I Ching hexagram that came forward to reflect your particular Sagittarian cycle, microcycle, over the course of this next 30 days. Now, when we look at the I Ching, we're looking at one of these 64 hexagrams. Each hexagram is a stack of 6 lines, either broken or unbroken. And each stack of 6 lines consists of 2 trigrams, or 2 stacks of 3 lines each. And each one of these trigrams represents an aspect of nature. So when we look at yours that came up for this cycle, we are looking at number 7, organized discipline. And the 2 trigrams that make up this particular hexagram are earth above, water below. And again, I'm reading this from the visionary I Ching. There is a possibility that I might update how I'm interpreting the I Ching in future scopes, but for now I'm using this method. Discipline in this hexagram is symbolized by the elements of water under the earth, a resource available to use but hidden, something powerful that requires effort to access, and a potential of great means that can be harnessed in times of need. Once accessed and applied, great things can be accomplished by means of organized discipline. The most successful general is not the one who triumphs on the battlefield, but the one able, through strength of discipline and inner power, to triumph without spilling blood. Likewise, in any large organization, the key virtues are discipline and conscientiousness. The most effective platoon marches with a single purpose, a dedication to a lofty common goal that is held dear by all. Otherwise, even with an excess of external discipline, unpopular wars are seldom winnable. Let power be held in check by the acceptance of a common discipline and submission to a higher authority for the common good. When life is in balance, evil impulses are checked by human decency. Parents die before their children, leaders lead, and followers follow. If you hold or aspire to a position of leadership, remember that the true leader captures the hearts of the people and articulates a clear, simple vision that binds them together. In the realm of government, the relationship between the army and the state is critical. Only when the state is economically prosperous can the army be strong. Only when the army is disciplined can the state be protected from disruptive outside forces. For this balance to be preserved, government must be steady and mild toward its own people. When balancing strong complementary forces, modesty and generosity at the center can be a magnetic force that keeps the relationships intact. Solidarity among all elements is essential for success at this time. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your June 2015 Alchemy Scope. I was filming these outside and it got too windy and blustery, so yours and the rest of the scopes are going to be done inside this month. So let's get started. I'm using my 144 card series deck, as you are all familiar with if you've tuned in before. I'm actually utilizing my Druidcraft Tarot deck to pull one major arcana card for each week through this next new moon, new month cycle, which starts today. Actually, I'm filming this on May 18th. And then we'll go ahead and shuffle and pull your Ascended Master Guidance and your Archetype embodiment that wants to be matured through you this month. I'm not going to lie, this is appearing to be a difficult or challenging month for, at least this is a general scope. This is not going to apply to all Sagittarius-centric people out there. But for some of you, this might be a challenging month ahead. It does appear that there is going to be a significant break from a loved one. This could be a family member, this could be a spouse, this could be a love relationship, or it could be a meaningful friendship as well. The break is going to cause you to feel isolated, and it's going to create some depression and some emotional upset. Excuse me. So there is going to be some dynamism going on this month. What is very clear, however, Sagittarius, about the spread is that what is happening is aligned. It is synchronistic. It is aligned with what is needing to unfold for you at this time. It is creating a pathway for you to align with essentially your free state, your essence self. So this is an aligned synchronistic action. This is bringing you to a greater sense of individual freedom. So whatever break it is, whatever this break is, whether it's a love relationship, a family member, And it could, by the way, be a business partner or something like that. It's a meaningful relationship to you. Something that holds significant value for you at this time. But it is aligned, and what it's doing is it's forcing you to make a different choice. It's forcing the choice, meaning that you might have had inclinations that this was coming or that it needed to come, and you might have avoided it and put it off. Some action that was needed to be more in alignment with your own truth and your own freedom. So this freedom is synchronistic. It is aligned. It's forcing the choice upon you. So it looks like it might be somewhat of a dark month, again, at least for some of you out there watching. So let's take a look at per week. I went ahead and shuffled these and pulled them. So the first week, Sagittarius, is the Hermit reversed. The Hermit, as you may know, is all about going within and knowing that all wisdom lies within you. It's actually taking time to go within to access all of that wisdom, all of that knowledge, the connection to the infinite, really. When it's reversed like this, there is a lack of willingness to go within, a lack of willingness. It might be, remaining distracted and not willing to go deep and not willing to still yourself, in order to really feel what's going on and to really see what's going on accurately. So it might be that the first week something comes up, but you're not willing to look at it closely. So let's take a look at the second week. So the second week is the Chariot reversed. The Chariot, when it's upright, is about the successful journey through the mind. It's the successful use of the mind to create change, to create movement. And when it's reversed, there could be overwhelm, there could be confusion, there could be, again, a lack of willingness to really hone your thoughts and still your mind so that you can create the empowered state of mental capability that you are really called to bring forward. And let's look at the third week. And so the third week is Strength reversed. So you're getting a lot of reversals this month. The Strength card is about gentle persuasion. It's about a deeper, graceful state of strength, an influencing state. It's a graceful state, but it's very, very powerful. When it's reversed, there is a lack of connection to your strength, to your own innate wisdom on how to use your, all of you in a way that is really your inherent innate power. So there's going to be, you're going to feel a little out of control. And it could be too, because when strength is upright, there is this gentleness to the strength, to the power. When it's reversed, it could mean that there's more of a raw strength that comes out. It could be even rage or something like that. So there's that disconnection from that graceful state. And then we see the moon in the fourth week for you, Sag. And this could be, the moon card is about discernment. It's about the ability to see in shadow. And of course, connected to this is illusion and delusion and all of the things that go along with the ability or honing the ability to see in shadow. So in the process of spiritual discernment, the moon is about, it brings up these other states, illusion and delusion. It's also, though, psychic connection, and it's also, it can also be emotionality and depression. So there are various states of being with the moon card. It certainly could be that by the end of the month, you are going to have, especially if we're honing into the rest of the cards for this spread, that there is going to be some emotionality that's coming up at the end of the month. So it could be in that 4th week is when this happens. It could be that all of these reversals are maybe the hints or the heads up that something is emerging. And potentially in the 4th week, you could really be feeling it. So let's take a look at Doreen Virtue's Ascended Masters deck and see what the specific guidance is for you this month. This will tap into a very clear message of a directive for you that will help kind of hone you. It'll help serve your process this month. So let's see what comes up for you. Okay. Well, this is beautiful, Sagittarius. This is beautiful. You get Green Man, retreat into nature. Fantastic. There's no better alignment mechanism. There's no better portal to innate happiness, joy, and alignment than nature. I promise you. Go out in nature, breathe fresh air, sit against a tree and meditate, still your mind. You can, the thing about divination that's so great is that we can look at the trajectory of what's looking to unfold. However, this is great because it enables us to then turn it around. So if we know that there's going to be a tendency for distraction and to not want to go within, we can say, I get it, I see the trajectory, and I can turn it around and I can go within. So this particular retreat into nature card I find to be really, really delicious for you. Very appropriate. There's no better aligner. There's no better aligner than nature. So that is a fantastic one. So just remember that when you're going through, when you have some emotions coming up, some depression, dark thoughts coming up, remember that, look at the big picture, pull out, see the bigger picture, know that everything is of service. Even the dark stuff, it all serves our function. It all serves to grow us, to evolve us. It's all learning and teaching. So remember that, and then connect with nature, and I promise it will alleviate sadness, depression, upset. So let's go ahead and pull Carolyn Mrs. Archetype card for you. And this will be talking about the specific archetype, the quality set that wants to be matured through you this month. And again, this always provides a different clue as well to what's going on. Okay, interesting. It's another green card too, which I find fascinating. So you get Gambler. Let me read it first and then I'll show you the card. The lower frequency manifestation is relying on luck rather than hard work. The lighter attributes, the higher frequency manifestation, what wants to be evolved is willingness to follow intuition, even when others doubt you. See, that really, really rings very loudly for me there. Again, Hermit reversed. You need to turn it around. So, willingness to let your intuition guide you. Willingness to go there. Risking it. That's really beautiful. Okay, Sag, so let's see what else we have for you this month. As we move on, Sagittarius, to the final component of your alchemy scope, we come to the Dakini goddess, which is coming forward to reflect the optimal embodiment for you to contain this month, for you to house, for you to evoke within you this month. So to activate more flow and least effort for your journey over the course of this next cycle. You received number 40, Kumari Maria. And again, this is from Penny Slinger's 64 Dakini Oracle. Flowing naturally and spontaneously like pure water, she attracts the divine fire and offers it as the healing waters of the virgin spring. She is the virgin goddess, She appears in many forms throughout the cultures of the world. The tradition of worshiping chosen prepubescent girls as manifestations of Devi, the goddess, is common in South Asian cultures. In Nepal, young girls are selected for their special qualities and worshipped as the living goddess. There are a number of Kumaris selected, the most well-known being the royal Kumari of Kathmandu, who lives in her palace, the Kumari Gar. She is chosen from the Newari Shakya caste, the caste Buddha belonged to, and is worshipped by Hindus and Nepali Buddhists. It is said that after the ceremonies are performed, the spirit of the goddess enters her body and resides there. Mary, Mother of Christ, is a manifestation of the Virgin Goddess. She is the eligible one, quote unquote, and represents purity, grace, and devotion. She is associated with the Virgin Spring and with healing baptismal waters. I'm going to read just a little bit more here. She opens portals like cathedrals of light within the solid substance of the earth. Kumari Maria puts her hands together in an act of prayer, so representing the attitude of reverence and devotion that is the passport to her realm. As her pure love and devotion for God, which brought her to her knees in waves of rapture. She is an emanation of Mary, Mother of Christ, sent as an ambassador into our circle. And Penny's referring to the pantheon of Dakinis. She represents purity, grace, and eligibility. Maria is crowned in glory. She is the chosen one. Her eyes are alive and full of vibrant awareness. She represents a pure being, a clear vessel, untouched by the world and worldly material values. She is Shakti, feminine power in its pure form.